A camping space for next Friday and Saturday night. First qualifying heat of the night for the HRW Automotive Ministocks, brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply. Starting in the pole, the 95R of Kevin Pauls to the outside, the 16 of Fabio Olivieri. Row number 2, the 90 of Chad Smelser, the 81 of Lofton Schutz. Row 3, Christopher French in the 54 and the 49 of Gary Hodgson. Row 4, Dusty DeBoer in the 23 and the 76 of Jamie Googe. Row 5, the 96 of Brian Crosgrove and the 26 of Tim Newell. And starting in row number 6, the 4 of Aaron Ruwitsky, who said on Facebook today, best night ever. I get to race and there's monster trucks here tonight. So a big night for Aaron Ruwitsky, but he'll have to start from the back. Kyle McKenzie atop the flag stand will throw the green flag, and we are racing here at Ashwegan Speedway.
6 laps of distance, top 7 will transfer out of this. We had 32 mini-stocks signed in tonight, and they're underway into turn 1 and 2. The first time handicapping no longer in effect, so open draw tonight for all of our stock car and sprint car divisions. Olivieri leading the way through corner 3 and 4.
Here's Lofton Schutz in the 81 car, the youngster working the outside line around Olivieri. Olivieri will lead lap number 1 with Schutz in second, Smelser in third, and Gary Hodgson right there in that 4th spot in 49. Yellow flag out for DeBoer in the 23, Dusty DeBoer.
DeBoer and the 96 door panel, that's Crosgrove's door panel, both ended up stopped down there in corner 4, so connect the dots on that one. It looks like the championship concluded last week, but still 32 mini stocks signed in for a non-points night here, as they have one more regular race night left next Friday, and then the top 12 will run a dash for cash next Saturday night at the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. Here we go again. Schutz gets a good restart there.
Yeah, Lofton Schutz in that 81 car grabs the lead over Olivieri down in corner number 1. Fabio, though, down the inside line, trying to keep that run going. They're 3 wide back for the 5th spot, with Newell in the 26 coming out in the 5th position. And Aaron Ruwitsky, who started in the back, he's already working towards the top 5.
Ruwitsky has had some good runs this year, has also had some terrible luck, but he'll try to right the ship here tonight and get a good finish towards the end of the year. Gary Hodgson goes for a slide up in corner 2. And now here comes Chad Smelser, who got a 5th place last week, and Olivieri. They both overtake the 49 of Hodgson.
Yeah, that 90 of Chad Smelser had a really solid run last Friday night, like you said, Tommy, and here he is again. We're going 3 wide for the 2nd spot. Cross flags in the air. We're halfway through this first qualifying heat of the evening for the HRW Automotive Ministocks, with the youngster Lofton Schutz leading the way.
3 wide back around the 7th position, Crosgrove, Ruwitsky, and DeBoer, as the transfer spot up for grabs here, just taking the top 7 out of this one. So drivers have to get moving here. 2 laps to go now for Schutz at the front.
Got to be an interesting ride for Brian Crosgrove, going without the right side door and going 3 wide. Got to be a little bit unnerving for Brian. He's working the top side now as they go down the backstretch. Lofton Schutz leads in the 81. The 90 of Chad Smelser right there in second. He draws up on the back bumper now, looks down to the inside, coming to the white flag.
Schutz got up out of the groove there, and now Smelser leads at the line. White flag in the air. We're keeping an eye on that top 7 transfer spot. Right now, Dusty DeBoer owns that one. And then Aaron Ruwitsky right there in the number 4. So
Smelser, your leader, over Schutz. Then it's Hodgson 3rd, 4th Olivieri. And then the pole sitter, Kevin Pauls, right there in 5th. Crosgrove in 6th. The checkers come out for Chad Smelser. Lofton Schutz 2nd, Hodgson 3rd, then Olivieri, Pauls, Crosgrove, Newell, DeBoer, Ruwitsky, Googe, and French in the 54. So that concludes qualifying heat number 1, brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply. Second qualifying heat, this one brought to you by Pinty's Delicious Food. That'll be the 68 of Kyle Wirt and the 21X of Mark Bazine. Row 2, the 17 of Mike Taylor and the 9 of Tim DeBoer. Row 3, the 66X of Brandon Janssens and the 122 of Rob Twitchett. Row 4, the 66 of John Janssens and the 2 of Matt Newell. Row number 5, the 42 of Joe DeBoer and the 37 of Rob Hoskins. And row number 6, the 43C of Clinton Nichols. Again, 6 laps of distance. This one brought to you by Pinty's Delicious Foods. ready to go. The second qualifying heat of the night. Mark Bazine, the 21X, the Burger Barn ride, works to the outside and grabs the early lead going down the backstretch. Tim DeBoer in tow in that car number 9. He's in second. Wirt right now on the inside running third.
Wow, they're 3 wide behind them, Greg, as they work it down the back straightaway. What a different line they each had. Here comes Hoskins working the bottom here with 37 towards the top 7 spots, but still not in the qualifying position yet.
Now, Rob Hoskins in that 37H last week, he picked up the feature win, was an excited man down in Mobile 1 victory lane. He's in the thick of the pack right now, though, trying to work to the outside of the 17 of Mike Taylor.
Brandon Jansen's working the inside of the work 68 as they come off of turn number 4. Good line to the inside. Champ last week. He'll grab the 3rd spot now and slide up the banking a little bit.
Mark Bazine stretching his lead right now in the 21X. Troubles for Hoskins, last week's winner. Loops it around in corner number 2. We'll see if he can get that rabbit hopping again here, but he won't. The yellow flag will come out. So Kyle McKenzie throws the yellow flag, and we get our first caution of this second qualifying heat, brought to you by Pinty's Delicious Foods, with Mark Bazine, your leader, over Tim DeBoer. And Brandon Jansen's the 66X, the newly crowned champion for the HRW Automotive Ministock division. Crowned last Friday night. Defending champion 1 year ago, so doubles it up this year. Hoskins will join the tail of the field. So get things stacked back up. 2 laps on the board, 4 to go. 3 qualifying heats in total for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Top 7 transfer into the A main. The remainder go to the B main.
Qualifying heat race will be in the redraw tonight.
Back to the green flag we will go. Mark Bazine mashes the gas and pulls away. He's got Brandon Jansen slow in tow this time, the champion of the division.
Bazine here off the backside, got in trouble here at opening night in the tech barn, and ever since then he was fighting an uphill battle, but Jansen's had another great season here with picking up the championship. They'll bring it around. This will be 3 in with 3 to go.
So Bazine your leader, but not stretching it like he was before. Brandon Jansen's all over the back end of the 21X. The point champion right there, staying with Mark Bazine as they pull away from the rest of the field. Tim DeBoer in the 9 running in 3rd, but he's feeling the heat now from Kyle Wirt in 68.
Newell getting loose on the inside of the back straightaway. He will gather it back up. And now it's 2 to go for the Burger Barn 21X of Mark Bazine as Jansen chases him down to the middle of 1 and 2.
Jansen's gets a little loose in corner number 2. The back end of the car comes around just a little bit. That keeps Mark Bazine in the lead, but Jansen's trying to claw deep down in corner number 3. This time we'll see the white flag go in the air. One more trip around for Mark Bazine.
And just as the white flag comes out, Rob Hoskins will recover from the spin earlier to grab the 4th and final transfer spot away from Kyle Wirt. And now he'll work after the board number 9 as the battle up front still raging on between Mark Bazine and Brandon Jansen.
Here comes Hoskins now to the inside of the 9 at Tim DeBoer down the back stretch. As you said, Clint, great recovery for last week's winner. Meanwhile, at the stripe, Mark Bazine will pick up Pinty's Delicious Foods heat race number 2. Brandon Jansen's will come home in 2nd. Then it's Rob Hoskins, Tim DeBoer, Kyle Wirt, and then it's Clinton Nichols, Rob Twitchett, Mike Taylor, the 2 of Matt Newell, and the 42 of Joe DeBoer. So that's how they'll settle it out in qualifying heat number 2. 3rd and final qualifying heat. Row number 4, the 51 of Trevor Young and 21 Jonathan Ayrton. And row number 5, the 29 of Matthew Van Thews and the 22 of Brittany Myers. Oh, it's Matthew Van Tile. We've got a spelling error here on the sheet, so it's Matthew Van Tile in the 29 car. Apologize for that. Kyle McKenzie with the green flag in hand. And he will bring this field to the start, the 3rd and final qualifying heat for our HRW Automotive Mini Stock Division. The 4 cylinders come to life, and Dave Goodacre leads them down the front stretch. But here comes the 93 of Chris Reichman. He'll work the outside, the top line around pinball Mike Iverson.
Here comes Reichman around the outside, takes the lead away from Goodacre. Schroeder in the 60 looking for a way forward in that car as he tries to get. He was going to try to go through the middle between Goodacre and Giverson, but then Goodacre slid up, so here comes Schroeder to the inside, making it 3 wide and taking over the second spot. Or does he? No, Giverson will fight him off.
Giverson working that outside line. Schroeder on the bottom. And here comes the 21 of Jonathan Ayrton. Man, he was shot out of a cannon off of corner number 2. He's tucked in behind the 60 of Martin Schroeder as they come off of corner number 4. Side by side for second. Schroeder on the bottom, Giverson up top. And now Ayrton will go through the middle to try and make it 3 wide.
Giverson doing a good job fighting off some quick cars there. Schroeder finished in the top 10 in the points this year. And he now takes the second spot. Here comes Ayrton. Gets to the inside as well. Reichman has really taken off from the rest of this field here as he comes to the halfway signal.
3 and 3 to go for Reichman. Schroeder in second. Ayrton now into third. Giverson, he'll move back to the 4th spot. Trevor Young, who's doing double duties tonight, he'll also run in his crate sprint car for the second week in a row. He's in that 51 car, working to the inside of Mike Giverson.
Black flag coming out for Shane Dixon in the 14 as he thought about going to the pits a couple laps ago, stayed out, but now he's way off the pace as we get the 2 to go signal. Reichman still leads second, up for grabs there as Schroeder and Ayrton go at it, and now Young is up into the picture as well.
Ayrton having a nice run here, started in position number 8. He's up to the second spot in car number 21. At the front of the field, the white flag comes out. Chris Reichman will lead the lap, with Ayrton in second, Schroeder and Young side by side for third.
Schroeder and Young now going at it. Young dives to the inside in the 51, trying to take that third spot away. Open draw here tonight, so these positions do count in the heat races too. Reichman will come around out of corner 4. He will cruise to the win. Second will be Ayrton. Third will be Schroeder. Fourth is Young. Fifth will be Giverson. 6th is Goodacre. Then it's Wilcox in the 6 car tonight. Then it is the 29 of Matthew Van Tile. He finishes at the back of this one. His first time in a mini stock here. So now we get set for...
And Clinton Jeffrey for the call of this one. Again, my name Greg Kellnan, up here in the tower with Tommy Gooch. Clinton Jeffrey down track side. He's the voice on the mic, also the general manager here at the Speedway. We'll bring him in for the call of this one.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Been a crazy night here. Green flag comes out. We're on it. As Taylor and DeVore lead them off towards turn 1. Rowicki hanging through the middle here, trying to find a nose. Now he'll look to the bottom in the 4.
He'll follow DeVore down the back stretch. Dusty DeVore leads. Rowicki gives him another bump down into corner number 3. Now looks to the inside line. He'll look for the lead coming off of 4.
4 cars all up at the front of this one as they work their way onto the front straightaway. Myers stuck back there in the 5th spot, but DeVore in the 23 with the lead. Here comes Rowicki looking to the inside. Tim Newell and Mike Taylor hang with them inside the top 4, but the next 3 cars are the qualified ones.
So Dusty DeVore leads. Rowicki in second, continues to look to the inside line. Then you got the 2 of Matt Newell in third. Mike Taylor sitting in 4th. Christopher French in 5th. 6th is Myers, and Joe DeVore holding on to that spot. John Jansen's, though, working hard from the back of the field in the 66.
Yeah, he's working to the inside here of the 42, working it down the back chute, trying to take a run at this one. But DeVore leading with the 23, Rowicki, the front wheel drive, pushing up through turn 4. Newell working on his left quarter now as Mike Taylor hangs tough in the 4th spot with Christopher French in 5th. But the battle for 6th is the one we watch now.
Janssens gets by Myers, and here comes DeVore now as they work down through corner number 2. Meanwhile, at the front, Dusty DeVore has been able to open a bit of a gap now on Aaron Rowicki, who's now seeing Matt Newell in the 2 car to the inside, going side by side down the front stretch across the line. 2 laps to go on the final transfer spot is DeVore and Myers wheel to wheel here.
through turns 1 and 2. Joe DeBoer grabbing the spot away from Brittany Myers, 22. But here comes the 29 car, trying to surprise them both down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Matthew Van Tile having a great run right now in the 29 as they go down into corner number 3. White flag out on the field. Final time, final lap around to see who gets into tonight's A-Main.
Well, it's DeBoer, Newell, and Rowitsky, the top 3. Then you got French, Taylor, and Jansen's at the back in the 6th spot. And then Joe DeBoer at the 42 with the spot. Van Tile, Myers, and Googe going for the last and final transfer position.
Dusty DeBoer will pick up the win. Matt Newell second. Third is Rowitsky. Fourth, French. Fifth, Taylor. Sixth at the line is Jansen. Seventh will go to the 42 of Joe DeBoer. So Myers, Van Tile, Googe, and Dixon will be done for the night. Update on the 50-50. It's at $1,000. $1,000 in tonight's 50-50. Keep buying those tickets. The more you play, the more it'll pay at the end of the night. Flag down the sellers in the bright pink T-shirts.
And here, as they get set to roll out, Tommy Googe with the starting lineup.
Quick shout out, happy birthday Austin Parks. Happy birthday Austin Parks, the pit crew guy with the 22 team, the Myers Nelson team. So happy birthday to Austin Parks.
28 HRW Automotive Mini Stocks starting tonight. 15 laps the distance for them. Starting on the pole, the number 81 Lofton Schutz. Starting second, number 21 Jonathan Ayrton. Row number 2 on the inside, the number 51 Trevor Young. On the outside, 93 Chris Reichman. Starting inside row 3, number 66X, that's your track champion, Brandon Jansen. On the outside, number 37, Rob Hoskins. He won the feature race last Friday night. Row number 4 on the inside, the number 49 is Gary Hodgson. The 21X on the outside, Mark Bazine. Row 5, it's the number 16, Fabio Olivieri, and the number 60 of Martin Schroeder. Row 6, number 90, Chad Smelzer. Number 9, Tim DeBoer. Then it's the 95, Kevin Paul. 68, Kyle Wirt. 11, Mike Iverson. 96, Brian Crosgrove. 43C Clinton Nichols, 05 Dave Goodacre, 26 Tim Newell, 122 Rob Twitchett, 6 Joey Wilcox, 23 Dusty DeBoer, 2 Matt Newell, 4 Aaron Rowitsky, 54 Chris French, 66 John Jansen, 17 Mike Taylor, and 42 Joe DeBoer. Here we go, double green flags out for the field from Kyle McKenzie.
And they waste no time going 3 wide, many places around, even 4 deep at the back. But out front, it'll be Jonathan Ayrton with the 21. Squirting out front of Lofton Schutz, Trevor Young, and Chris Reichman.
No points on the line here tonight, just money and feature win on the mind of all of these drivers, as Jonathan Ayrton had the lead, but here comes Reichman. He goes around the outside and takes the lead away from Schutz and Ayrton. Hoskins bottled up there for a moment. He's 3 wide with Young, Bazine, Ayrton, and now 4 wide briefly.
Chris Reichman here off of turn 4 with Lofton Schutz running in the 2nd spot. Good run for that driver, Lofton Schutz. He's only been out with us maybe 5 nights top so far, but looking very good in that installation. 81 is Bazine. Hoskins and Young all ganging up on him, and here comes the champ.
That car Lofton Schutz is driving knows its way to victory lane. Got a championship with Carl Salt driving that 81 car, but now Mark Bazine gets to the inside to try to take second away from Schutz. Can't get it done so far. And then Hoskins there in the 37 as well. Jansen's in the 66X, biding his time so far, running in that 5th spot.
Rob Hoskins, after spinning in the qualifying heat race, now finds himself working on the 3rd spot. To the inside of Lofton Schutz comes the 37 of Rob Hoskins, and he will now give chase after Mark Bazine's 21X.
Reichman is pulling away from the rest of the field so far, running comparable lap times to Mark Bazine. And so Bazine not able to make up much ground so far, as Reichman continues to lead here in the 93 car. He'll complete lap number 5 this time by 10 to go for Chris Reichman.
Reichman here through the middle of 1 and 2, nice and smooth. Jordan Hill doing a fantastic job on the track with the crew once again here this evening. Down the back chute they go. Reichman with a major lead over Mark Bazine and Rob Hoskins. Lofton Schutz and Brandon Jansen. How about Chad Smelzer running in 6th? He's got a good run going in that BMW.
Yeah, Smelzer got a 5th place last Friday night. Trying to better that here tonight. He's got a tough task, though, with Brandon Jansen's the track champ, the next car in front of him. As the field gets strung out just a bit here, Reichman will be into some traffic here before the end of this one if we keep green flag racing.
Problems for Goodacre, who pulled a 5 here down to the infield. But Reichman, the class of the field so far, and as Bazine backslides it up the turn into 1 and 2, Rob Hoskins drives it smooth to the bottom, and he will grab the runner-up spot and chase after Chris Reichman's 93.
Looks like Bazine may have something broken or a flat tire on the 21X as he gives up a bunch of spots, maybe a flat right rear. We'll see when he comes around, as that gives the second spot to Hoskins. Yeah, flat right rear for Bazine, so his night is done here for the moment anyway, as they get the halfway signal this time by. Reichman continues to lead. Hoskins trying to eat into that gap that Reichman has built up.
Well, we just say that's the 5th flat tire for Bazine this year. Just has not had luck in the sneaker department of the Ace 1 Burger Barn 21X. Around 1 and 2 goes the leader. He's working on the back end of the Joe DeVore 42. He's got about 8 car lengths in closing on that last place lead lap car.
A lot of smoke coming out of the 4 of Aaron Rawitsky. We'll keep an eye on that one as Reichman gets into the traffic here. Hoskins is starting to catch him a little bit. Cut about a quarter of a second out of the lead that time by the line. You can see it on the track. Hoskins definitely has Reichman in his sights. The question is, with 5 laps to go, can Hoskins catch him as they run through this traffic?
Reichman here running through around the backside. And this one quickly coming to a close with less than 5 to go.
So Reichman has some clear chalk for the moment, but 2 slower cars running side by side in front of him in Newell and French. So Reichman going to have to figure out a way around them as Hoskins continues to eat into that lead now that Reichman had built up. It's down to less than a second now between Hoskins and Reichman as Reichman works through that traffic between Newell and French. Hoskins is there now on the back straightaway.
Hoskins running hard down here through 3 and 4 on the back bumper of Reichman. Coming at it here as they come through. Hoskins hunting him with 2 to go, ladies and gentlemen. The battle for the lead shaping up here.
It's the white and black 93 versus the orange 37 of Hoskins. Who's going to get it done? Hoskins is right there on the bumper of Reichman now as they get to the slower car of Rob Twitchett. Here comes Hoskins to the inside as they split the lap car.
Reichman up on the outside, white flags out. Here comes Hoskins to the bottom. It's a battle through 1 and 2. Hoskins gets in with one of the lap cars, and that's going to slow the progress a bit. The battle heads down the back straightaway for the final time.
Reichman's got to hold on for one final set of corners here. Goes to the middle groove to try to keep Hoskins down from getting a run, but Hoskins does get a run. Side by side at the line will be Reichman getting the win. Second will be Hoskins. Third is Brandon Janssens. Fourth will be Lofton Schutz. Fifth is Chad Smelzer for the second week in a row. Then it's Jonathan Ayrton, Trevor Young, Martin Schroeder, Kevin Pauls, and Dusty DeBoer rounding out the top 10 after he came from the B main. So how about that? Green to checkered in less than 6 minutes for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Chris Reichman going to Mobile One Victory Lane. We'll send Greg Callan down there to talk to the driver of the Adam Marshall Remax 93.
The car, he's got the Mobile One checkered flag. Let's hear it for Chris Reichman. Chris Reichman down here, Mobile One Victory Lane. Great race with last week's winner, Rob Hoskins. Not a points night, but man, still got to feel sweet in front of a big crowd and a good finish. Can't beat that.
Yeah, it's awesome racing at this place. You guys put on such a great show. All the work you guys do in the tower, in the tech, the track prep. This place is awesome every week. You can tell by that count in the stands. It's awesome every week.
Solid season. You're really coming on as a veteran now in this division. Talk about your 2016 season.
Yeah, we sold our car last year, and it was end of February, and I said, I got a season pass to get in the track. I'm going to have to build myself a car. So I was done last year, but we built the car in 90 days, and first bit of the season was tough trying to wrangle the suspension setup, and it's starting to come on good. Track helps when it's sticky like this.
Who would you like to thank for the win?
First off, we got Gail's Aftermarket Auto. He does so much for everyone here. If you haven't got help from it, it's because you haven't talked to him yet. And thank you very much, Gail, all season. A great help. We got Haynes Family Farm down in Flamborough, right by the casino there. They got a corn maze set up. Everyone's got to get down there and check out the corn maze. And last but not least, Adam Marshall, a Remax agent here in Brantford. He does a great job with his customers, and you should check him out if you're looking for a house or selling in Brantford at themarshall.ca.
There you have it. Chris Reichman, the winner tonight here in Mobile One Victory Lane for the HRW Automotive Ministock. Rob Hoskins, win last week, second place tonight. Man, what would have been if you'd run the whole season?
Yeah, no kidding. If I could have not broke down every other week.
Now, talk with this car. Good racer in the closing laps, with lap traffic just didn't play in your favor.
Yeah, sometimes it helped, sometimes it didn't. It was close. I was looking for a few more laps, but it's all good.
There you have it. Rob Hoskins comes home second here tonight. Here's the champion from 2016, third place tonight, Brandon Jansen's still running strong. No points on the line. You must be a little bit relieved just racing for fun tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot more relaxed behind the wheel, and it's a lot easier to have some more fun, and I get to push the car a little harder, too. I don't have to race as conservatively. So,
you see these two going side by side. Are you thinking, are they going to mess up? Do I have a chance here?
Yeah, I seen them. They got up ahead of me pretty good, but once I figured out the top line and I found a way around the 81, I think I started to gain on them a bit, but it was too little too late. Good race by both of those guys.
There you have it. Brandon Jansen's comes home third tonight. There's your top three for tonight's HRW Automotive Mini-Stock feature event. We'll send it up top. Tommy Googe has the starting line. The Strickland GMC Crate Sprints, I believe, next on deck.
Actually, first up, the UMP Modifieds, then our Crate Sprint cars. So still UMP Modifieds, Crate Sprints, final monster truck segment, and the Ohsweken Speedway Thunderstocks to come tonight.